the capital of Kerala, Thiruvananthapuram. It is amongst the 20 Lok Sabha constituencies of Kerala that will go to election in a single phase, which is on 19th of April. Thiruvananthapuram, like its 19 Lok Sabha constituencies, has seen LDF and Congress parties win elections by turn. BJP, by contrast, has never seen a win from the state of Kerala or from Thiruvananthapuram. With a population of just under 1.8 million, the constituency is around 28% rural and 72% urban. 1.4 million people qualify to vote. Around 10% of the voters are SC/ST. 66% are Hindu, 19% are Christian, and around 13% are Muslim. 73% of the voters came out to poll in 2019. The sitting MP here is Congress's erudition master Shashi Tharoor. He's won 3 times. In 2019, with just over 4 lakh votes, he had 41% of the vote share. The BJP was number 2 with an impressive 31% of the votes. Tharoor is now up against Rajeev Chandrasekhar, a technocrat and Minister of State for Electronics and IT in the Modi cabinet. The LDF has fielded Panyan Ravindran. In this episode of the Road Stop on NewsX in Thiruvananthapuram, we are on a campaign trail with Rajeev Chandrasekhar. Sent by Narendra Modi to defeat the Congress Kerala phase in the centre, will Rajeev Chandrasekhar be able to create history? Let's get on the road. Rajeev was born to Malayali parents in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. His father, M.K. Chandrasekhar, was an Air Commodore of the Indian Air Force and was the trainer of Rajesh Pilot. His ancestral home is at Kondayur in Thrissur district. After obtaining his master's degree in computer science in 1988 from the Illinois Institute of Technology in Chicago, he was handpicked by Vinod Dham to join Intel and worked there from 1988 to 1991. At Intel, he was part of the architectural team that designed the i486 processor. He went on to join the BPL group run by his father-in-law and founded BPL Mobile. Kerala is called God's own country. The capital is of course famous for the Padmanabh Swami temple, the grand beaches of Kovalam. It has the newly inaugurated Vizhinjam seaport and the southern command of the Indian Air Force is headquartered here. Nearby in Thumba was where Dr. Vikram Sarabhai and Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam launched India's first rocket in 1963. It's 9 a.m. and Minister Chandrasekhar has arrived at the Napier Museum in the heart of the capital. This is his first road stop before he heads to other parts of the city as part of his election campaigning duties. Here we have Minister of State Rajeev Chandrasekhar, who is in Trivandrum. He's campaigning aggressively for the big fight that is going to be seen from Trivandrum between Shashi Tharoor and him. Thank you so much for joining us. What is the day's agenda today?
It's a regular campaign day. I meet people at various parts of the constituency. As you know, there are 7 assembly segments. I spend one day every day, 1 day per week and cover an assembly segment. And we have 6 weeks more. And that is how I'm campaigning. I go across the length and breadth and meet every voter and every citizen who desires change in Thiruvananthapuram. For the last 15 years, 5 years of those, the current MP was a minister in the Manmohan Singh government. There was very little done for Thiruvananthapuram. The last 10 years, thanks to the MP from being the Congress and the current state government, none of the programs of the Prime Minister, which has transformed India all over, have been able to be implemented here. And whatever little development has happened in Thiruvananthapuram are a direct result of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's investments in highways, etc., etc. So there is clearly a desire for change. There is clearly a desire for people to move the city forward, move Thiruvananthapuram forward. And I am that candidate for change. I am the candidate that would take especially the youngsters of our district forward with more and more opportunities instead of youngsters being killed in colleges and youth festivals being blocked by goons. So it is certainly a desire for change that I'm hearing from the length and breadth of our great capital of our great state of Kerala.
Minister Chandrasekhar is headed to a local temple to seek the blessings of the deity as he kickstarts his day. Gods become an irreplaceable part of politicians' roots as they campaign for elections. It is here that they get the opportunity to meet the locals, get to know their issues, and make promises for their welfare and development. Now, after visiting the temple, obviously he has a kind of town hall that he has done with the local karyakartas and volunteers. He has promised the people of Trivandrum that he is going to bring change, he is going to bring development, he is going to bring welfare for the district of Thiruvananthapuram, for the Lok Sabha constituency of Thiruvananthapuram. He has also lamented the fact that there have been, in the last 5 years, no development that is taking place. There is unemployment, there is no infrastructure that has been set up in Kerala and particularly in this Lok Sabha constituency, and he has vowed that if he becomes a member of the parliament from the district, from Thiruvananthapuram, he is going to ensure that there are going to be more jobs, industries setting up over here, youth that will not have to go abroad or out of the state to find for jobs, and they can live here with their families. They will not have to be, their lives will not have to be disrupted. After this, we'll also quickly going to take a look at the next event that Rajeev Chandrasekhar is going to be holding, which is a football club function that he's going to be attending. Remember, there are going to be large number of youth that are going to be gathered. There are going to be students, there are going to be football players. This has also been a big agenda for the Modi government. Focus on the 4 pillars, and one of those strong pillars is the youth. We'll go about follow Minister Rajeev Chandrasekhar on his trail and find out what all he does in the next few hours. Now starts the door-to-door campaigning in full stead. The minister is visiting a family who has lost a family member. He is here to pay his condolences. He moves on to his next destination, the home of a young enterprising woman who is working in the field of education with an aim to provide opportunities to the youth in her locality. Education and skill development are subjects close to the minister's heart. Just days ago, he launched the Future Ready, Job Ready Skills program with an aim to boost employment in Kerala. Minister, while we are taking and traveling all the way, you've also made these pit stops, these road stops. Now, yes. How important has it become? I heard you were also talking about a collaboration between industry and education. How is that going to work?
No, I think this was a stop because it's a young person who runs a number of education institutions, and she had expressed a desire to meet me. I share her passion for really doing something through education for the youngsters of Thiruvananthapuram and Kerala. Education and skilling are the big enablers for our young generation to succeed, to grow forth. And in today's world and today's India, which is so full of opportunities, skilling and education are the real powerful areas to focus on. And I intend to make Thiruvananthapuram a research and education hub. That is very much part of my vision, and I was very happy to hear that other people share that vision as well.
Just a few moments ago, you had also met with a local leader of the SNDP. Now, there is Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who's also been making overtures to the SNDP. How is that going?
No, I don't think this is about overtures. Please understand, this is not, these are meetings where we are all agreeing on a shared vision of taking Thiruvananthapuram forward. This cuts across every community, this cuts across every gender, all types of people who are wanting change in Thiruvananthapuram after 15 years of seeing nothing but despair, nothing but lack of progress. They are now looking forward to a new era of investments, development, skilling, education, jobs, prosperity, startups.
Minister Chandrasekhar is at the residence of a key leader from the Sri Narayan Dharma Paripalana Yogam. SNDP is a socio-political group that represents the backward Ezawa community, one of the most influential communities in the state. The Ezawas, with a population of around 60 lakh, constitute a large chunk of the total Hindu population in Kerala. The community is known to swing the results of elections in many constituencies of Alappuzha, Kollam and of course Thiruvananthapuram. Rajeev Chandrasekhar, the Minister of State for IT and Electronics, has just completed his meeting with the local SNDP leader. This is in a bid to tap the local population and their votes. This is traditionally the bastion of the CPIM. Whether there is going to be an accord that can be built in a bid to get the votes remains to be seen. In fact, the Prime Minister of the country, Narendra Modi, had also had talks with SNDP to ensure that the BJP or the NDA alliance in the region of Kerala gets these crucial votes to win the election. I have with me Minister Rajeev Chandrasekhar. Quickly getting in a word from him, sir. The fact that you've never fought a Lok Sabha election and you are being pitted against a man who's a Congress veteran, he's won 3 times around. How do you think this is a daunting challenge?
No, first of all, no, not at all. For two reasons. One is, of course, I have been involved with Lok Sabha elections for many, many years. Not for myself, but to support many BJP candidates and friends. So this is not something new for me and new to me. Secondly, I chose to contest in Thiruvananthapuram. I was given many options. My Prime Minister asked me, and I said I would certainly be privileged and honored to fight in the capital city of my state, Kerala. So this is something that I consider a great honor to contest in Thiruvananthapuram. Third, as far as the current incumbent is concerned, the facts are that he has been an MP for 15 years, and of which 5 years he was an MP when his own government was in government in Delhi under Prime Minister under Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, and you will see that there's a fairly deep consensus that in the last 15 years, Thiruvananthapuram has been neglected and has really very little to show by way of development, investments, jobs, and so in a lot of ways, people are waiting for change and see me as an agent of change. You see me as a member of parliament and a minister who can bring in investments, bring in skills, jobs, and in many ways launch Thiruvananthapuram forward after 15 years of Thiruvananthapuram standing still and not going any place forward. So I think from that it becomes pretty obvious that it's not so much of a daunting task as much as it is about people desiring change, and in a lot of ways representing that change.
Uh, Obviously, the southern leaders, including Pinarayi Vijayan, have targeted the BJP, targeted Sanatan Dharm, talking about how it is allegedly discriminatory against the lower sections of the society. How is BJP taking on this challenge? How are you going to ensure people that this is not the case?
Look, one of the oldest and the open secrets about the Kerala politics is that both the Congress-led UDF and the left-led LDF are essentially two sides of the same coin. They would prefer that there be no debate and discussion on development, investments, jobs, skills. They would prefer that nobody discuss that, and people get distracted only by their focus on this so-called discrimination or so-called imaginary secularism that they talk about. Even today, after 10 years of being in the opposition, neither the Congress or the left have anything positive to offer to the people of Thiruvananthapuram and Kerala. They have no idea how to take the state forward or the city forward or district forward or the country forward. As a matter of fact, one of the key issues in this election is the sharp contrast between the government's performance in the 10 years that Congress was in power between 4 and 14, Narendra Modi ji's decade of 2014 to 2024, and the transformation, dramatic transformation, sharp growth in that period, and the 7 years under CPM where the Kerala government has mismanaged the economy so badly that the Kerala government is now forced to go to Supreme Court to ask for permission to borrow money to pay pensions and loans. Forget about investment. So this is the three performances that are in front of the people of Thiruvananthapuram, and the people of Thiruvananthapuram know who is best in a position to transform their lives for the better and take them forward.
Next on the campaign trail is a visit to this decades-old Durga Temple. Minister Chandrasekhar has arrived here to pay his obeisance to the deity. We are in Thiruvananthapuram. This is a Durga Temple, and I'm going to quickly take you through this view of these rows that have been created. These are pots, and what is fascinating about this is the women, the local women over here, make these offerings to offer to the goddess Durga. This is kheer or pudding as we call it, which is made of jaggery. Now, this 10-day festival, Durga's festival, is getting over today. And on the 10th day, Minister Rajeev Chandrasekhar has visited, offering his prayers, making obeisance. And important over here, in fact, we have Rajeev Chandrasekhar. He's meeting with the women, the local women over here, and he's speaking with them, he's talking, he's obviously greeting them. They form, of course, an integral, important part of the ministers and of BJP's campaign over here, which is about women, which is about women Shakti, which is about women empowerment. And that's exactly how the BJP and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have also kept their focus. Talking about temple visits, this is the second one that Minister Rajeev Chandrasekhar is doing this time around. The entire day is going to be, like I said, devoted to the people of Thiruvananthapuram, meeting with the voters, hoping to get their votes, and of course talking about the development works that have been done on the national level and what is it in terms of the opportunities BJP is going to provide if it comes to power. The minister is paying his visit to the local leader of the Nayar Service Society, Pujapura, in Thiruvananthapuram. The NSS is a powerful social organization representing a crucial forward caste voting bloc. Joining me right now is Somashekaran Nair. He is going to talk us about the visit that is being made by Minister Chandrasekhar. And this is the NSS, Nayar Service Society. What does this signify?
This is a social organization of representing the dominant Nayar community in Kerala. It's got branches throughout the Kerala, and they are engaged in educational and other running in education institutions also, and overall the welfare of the Nayar community.
How important?
There are a lot of caste subsections among the Nayar community. But this is an umbrella organization of the Nayar community in Kerala.
Incidentally, even our minister is from the Nayar community.
Exactly. Yeah.
How significant is the vote of a Nayar community in the Kerala elections?
Say it's predominantly the Nayar community is there in the CPM, in the Congress, of course now in BJP also. So they are there in almost all parties in Kerala. It is not concentrated in any single political party. Just like, of course, any other state, it's not a one affiliation to one single party.
It doesn't hurt BJP's cause that the General Secretary of the NSS had slammed the Congress for its pitch for caste census. It will be the Saffron Party's endeavour to capture the crucial vote bank this election. This is another local office representing the Nayar community that Minister Chandrasekhar is visiting. The minister himself belongs to the community, which constitutes 13% of the total population of the district. The next road stop is St. Joseph's Metropolitan Cathedral in Palayam. This is a 151-year-old cathedral situated in the heart of the city and is famous for its Gothic architecture. Eminent personalities like Mother Teresa and the Dalai Lama have visited this church. It is the most famous church in the whole of Thiruvananthapuram and Kerala. Devotees come here in large numbers to pray and to eat. The scorching sun does not deter them from standing in long queues to wait their turn. The community kitchen caters to one and all and has been following this tradition since its inception. The system is immaculate and happens like clockwork every day, all days of the week. I'm at the St. Joseph Roman Catholic Church in Palayam in Trivandrum. Rajeev Chandrasekhar, the Minister of State in the government of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, is shortly going to be arriving over here. It cannot be more emphasized the importance of the 16% Christian community that resides in Trivandrum. It has been a serious vote bank for all political parties, particularly the UDF and the LDF that have been winning elections alternatively from the state of Kerala and in Trivandrum Lok Sabha and state assemblies as well. It is interesting to note that this time around there have been outreach programs that have been made by the BJP in order to woo the church and the bishops. The one strong condition that has been put forth by the church in trying to negotiate a deal with the BJP has been that minimum support price for the rubber cultivators be provided by the government of India. We do not really know if this deal is going to then be a positive change in wanting for the BJP to win the elections. Would it be successful or not is a question that everybody is asking, and the result will only come, we'll get to know the answer only on the counting day on the 4th of June. Until then, again, it's a neck and neck fight between all political parties. The Congress, which is part of the UDF, the LDF, which has CPI and CPIM as the major parties, and of course the BJP, the newest entrant in terms of it making some sort of inroads in terms of getting more number of votes as opposed to the last term in 2014, 2019 saw some of the BJP leaders defeating the CPI and taking the second position in contention with the Congress in Thiruvananthapuram particularly. While we wait for the minister's entry into the cathedral, the sitting Lok Sabha member of the parliament from the district, Shashi Tharoor, has arrived to meet the locals. He has just offered his prayers to the Lord and has quickly entered the community kitchen. The Archbishop greets him. MP Shashi Tharoor is happy talking to the public and posing for the cameras. How do you see the contest that you're fighting with the BJP's Rajeev Chandrasekhar this time around?
Well, it's a three-cornered fight. There's also a communist candidate who used to be the MP before me 15 years ago, and he's back in the fray. So we take it as a three-cornered contest. I take all my opponents very seriously, but I don't base my campaign on attacking them or whatever. They are free to offer themselves to the electorate, and the people should be free to have a choice. My own view very much is to run on my track record, my beliefs, my issues and my convictions, and then let people see if that's the voice they want to hear on their behalf.
BJP at this point of time accusing the Congress that you're playing a polarization card, particularly with regards to the Citizenship Amendment Act. We're talking about Muslims in our country, and Kerala especially are living under fear.
Well, actually, this is a very sad and misguided act that was brought in. I opposed the introduction of the bill when it came to the Lok Sabha. I opposed the bill itself in the debate, and I participated in Shaheen Bagh, and I participated in a number of protests against it throughout the state. Because to my mind, this is a violation of the fundamental principles of the Constitution, and I believe it's one which is unfortunately giving Pakistan a moral victory, because it was Jinnah who said that religion should be the basis of nationhood. Our nation is built on the idea that everyone, irrespective of their religion, their language, their caste, their state and so on, is all the same. We're all citizens of India. For the first time, a religious test has been brought into our citizenship law. That's a big mistake.
When we talk about the Wayanad constituency and particularly how Rahul Gandhi is being pitted against Annie Raja. Now, obviously, this is a fight which has been long drawn between the LDF and the UDF.
But I have the same problem here. As part of the CPM-led LDF alliance.
Minister Chandrasekhar has arrived at last. He follows a similar drill as his predecessor. Prayers inside the church, greeting the Archbishop, visiting the community kitchen, meeting the locals and breaking bread with them. That the church holds the key to the votes of the dominant Christian community in the region is quite apparent. Within a span of an hour, both the BJP and the Congress candidates have made their presence felt at the shrine. The minister is inundated with questions from reporters who have been waiting patiently as he completes his tour at the church. I bid adieu to Minister Chandrasekhar and wish him all the luck for all the hard work he is putting in to garner people's support, trust, and of course, the votes. That's it for this episode of The Road Stop. I'm Megha Sharma with my camera person Setu Madhavan. Keep watching NewsX.